Hello, this is Laura. This is just a short tutorial on how to find articles on your topic, which is super interesting about the Russian athletes at the Rio Olympics. So using Google Scholar is great, but I'm also going to show you another place that I think you'll like a lot. So from the library's homepage, it's library.ithaca.edu. If you click on databases, you'll be taken to an A to Z list. Over here on the right, there's this list of popular databases. I really like searching the EBSCO Research Library. It's searching lots of different databases at once. It's kind of akin to Google Scholar in some ways. So let's just break this down. So if I type in Olympics, I can actually get rid of the S and add it an asterisk because that'll search for Olympic or Olympics. It'll do both singular and plural. So in the search box below, I'm going to type in Rio and a couple things. We can change this third search box. We can do a couple of different things. One thing that we can say is Russia, and I am going to add an asterisk again, so it'll search Russia, Russian, Russians, so on and so forth. Um, Click search. We're going to get a lot of results. So just a couple of things. Over here on the left, I'm not sure if you need to find scholarly articles, but you can select this here if you want to make sure you're getting scholarly research. If that's not important, then you don't need to worry about it. Also over here under publication date, I believe the Olympics in Rio were in 2016, so you could, change the date. It didn't really change the results much. And then over here on the right where it says select a field, we can start to play around with this. Title is a really good filter. So is abstract and subject terms. Let's just try title for everything. That's the most sort of like rigid way. It'll bring up the fewest results. So now there are 209 results, limited from 2016 to 2020. However, if you wanted to find those scholarly articles, I have a feeling that there might not be any when we're very rigid doing limit when we're limiting to title. So when that happens, you can set it back to the original, the default, where it says select a field. And now when we've limited, sort of this is slow, the results are slow, but now you can see that we've limited to scholarly, and there are 16 scholarly articles. And I wasn't specific in terms, we can also, by the way, language is something that we can limit to. It seems like there are a few Chinese language articles, so we could limit to English if that was helpful. And as I mentioned before, title, that's very straightforward. The term is in the title, but some of the other fields might be useful too. Abstract, which is the summary of the article. I'm not sure what we'll get when I do that. Oh, it's bringing back some of the other articles from China. Just to quickly click on one of these. I know this isn't about your about doping and performance enhancement, but I just wanted to show you that if you look at the terms that show up here, those are what are called subject terms. And so that's what it means when you select subject terms versus abstract, which is the summary of the article. Now, another thing that we can do, since there weren't really any articles that looked at Russia, well, that's not true. If I go back to the default here, there are some articles that are scholarly. I'm just focusing on this in case that is a requirement. There were 16 that you can go through. But another thought is instead of searching Russia, you could search performance enhancing drugs, or maybe doping, something like that, as a way to sort of find the articles that might not focus on Russia, but have to do with doping and the Rio Olympics. And I've limited it to scholarly. So if that's important, then you can start to play around, make your results, maybe a little bit smaller by taking advantage of using some of these filters that will basically help you to find articles that are hopefully relevant and interesting. So that's just a start. Definitely reach out to me if you would like to set up a meeting. I'm happy to meet with you over Zoom and we can talk about this in more depth and perhaps look at some other tools. Okay, hope this helps.